Sunday was very, very special. I started at Liberty in the year of 2022 when we won the Big East, and I again also kind of took it for granted. I was kind of like, oh, they've done this before. We can definitely do this again, and we obviously didn't for the rest of my years here until this year. So being at home, surrounded by friends, family, like a lot of support staff, as Coach Nikki said, that was able to be there. It was a very, very special moment. It also was just, I feel like since the spring of this year, we've been sowing seeds, and that was like we had seen those seeds be produced. We saw all the hard work that we put in. So yeah, just a very special moment. Really, really proud of the team, a full team effort.
Well, for me, it's my first time winning the Big East, and it was so exciting. I gonna make a joke the other night in my Instagram. I was like, I didn't like how it felt to lose last year, so we came back and we took all the awards, anything. We took anything that we could. We take it home. So I'm so happy that the team came back this year with energy and with excitement of just winning and to show everyone that we're actually a good team.
Questions?
Now you prepare for the NCAA tournament, taking on Syracuse. Like I asked Coach, how much of the games against UConn and some of the others you place in the regular season help prepare you for this moment?
I think in the regular season, we've gone through kind of every stage you can go through in a game. We've won in just like the regular time, we've won in overtime, we've won in double overtime, and we've run in shootouts. So I think those games have prepared us as best we can. We've had the experience we needed. I think of the final against UConn, it was a tight game. We were leading, and then they responded and scored a goal, and it was 1-1. And holding that for a long time is tough. But I think each stage of the game that we win through or we go through, it builds more resiliency in this team, and that's something that I think sets us very much apart from the other teams.
Yeah, for me, I feel that I 100% agree with what Lou's saying. We are so prepared. I don't think there's other team in this country that is as prepared as we are. We train every day. We train every type of situation that we can face on the game. We train that situation, and I feel that the coaches that we have, they're really good at creating game plans, and they spend hours and hours looking the other team's games and preparing a good plan to go and face the other team. So I feel every time that I step on the field, I feel like so prepared, and I trust my coaches, and whatever they tell me to do, I would do it. It works every time it works. So I'm happy to have them.
For both of y'all, is there added value that you got to experience that type of tension in a match on Sunday that's, if you don't get it, you lose. It's kind of, you're done in the Big East tournament, and if you do, you get to experience something pretty special?
Yeah, I think Sunday, obviously you kind of, in my brain before playing the game, I wanted to go in and I wanted us to score 3 goals by the first half and be able to relax the rest of the game. I think everyone wants that, but that just wasn't the case. And I think that by being in a very, very tight game, kind of going back and forth, I think we were very strong quarters 1 and 2, and UConn responded quarters 3 and 4. I think that built more in us. I think that allows us to kind of put deposits towards the postseason, because that's, like Coach Nikki said, exactly what the postseason is going to look like, what the NCAA tournament is going to look like. It's very unlikely that teams are going to score 3 goals and sit back and relax. It's going to be tight. So I think it makes the victory, I feel like, even more sweet because of how tight it was and how neck and neck it was, and that it just kind of came down to which team could convert in the correct moment.
Lou, you played in the NCAA tournament your freshman year. How much different is it this year, though, going into it compared to that?
Just a lot more experience, obviously. Just now being a senior, my leadership and kind of the role I take on the field is very different from freshman year and sophomore year. I was playing the NCAA sophomore year, so I now take a position of where how I respond and how I lead can impact the whole team, whereas I feel like that just wasn't the case when you're younger. But yeah, definitely going in a strong mindset, knowing that, it's kind of survive and advance, and it's about capitalizing in the correct moments in the game, but feeling confident. As Dara said, our coaches prepare us like exceptionally for these games. So just going and trusting our training and trusting our coaches.
You talk about capitalizing in those moments. I mean, overtime goal to win the thing this past week in a championship game. I mean, those moments. Describe that, for people that haven't been in it. Is it slow heartbeat? Is it just focusing on the task at hand? I mean, how do you keep other stuff out?
We've spoken a lot this season about anchoring. In field hockey, a corner is a really great opportunity to, get a goal. So it's kind of, like you said, in that moment when the corner gets called and we all kind of come in, it's about slowing down. We don't want to keep our hearts going fast because we need to execute it perfectly to get it in, especially heading towards the end of season. Teams have scouted our corners. They know that, like UConn specifically knows our corners incredibly well. So we needed to execute them really, really well to capitalize on a goal. In that moment, I'm the inserter, so it's just kind of about finding my anchor, taking like 3 deep breaths, calming down, because in order for the corner to be done well, I need to insert well, and then the ball comes back to me and I need to put it in the cage. So that's something that the team has spoken about, because it's very easy in those moments to keep, feeling the pressure and feeling like we need to convert. And we've had games where we've needed to convert in those corners, but because we're so rushed, we haven't. So that's just a lesson we've learned throughout the season and the importance of that. And I think it really, it really helped in that moment.
You embrace those moments, being in them?
Definitely. I think as the previous question about sophomore and freshman year playing in the NCAA, I don't think I enjoyed embracing those. When you're younger, it's a little bit harder to, it's new, it's a new feeling. But now as an older player, like definitely embracing them, because I know, the other side of them, what can come from them. And I also know that if we don't execute or we don't, get what we need to get, there's still time in the game.
You mentioned I've seen a lot of things this year, close wins, overtime wins, all that kind of stuff. Was there a moment maybe along the way where something clicked and you realized this team might have an opportunity to be able to be a tournament team this year, or maybe be able to do something special for either one of you, if you want to answer it?
Yeah, I can answer. I feel that since moment one, I felt that this team was special. I remember Duke game. We were losing 3-1, and I scored a goal, and then two of my teammates scored 2 goals, and we were in the last quarter with 4 minutes to go. We had a corner, and we called one of the Liberty corner ones, the one that Lewis scored in the final. We called that corner, and Lewis scored that goal, and I remember just laughing with her, what just happened? This is incredible. And since that moment, we felt that we were blessed by God, and we felt that this year was going to be special, and everything that happened. Now looking back, you can see that was God leading us to this moment, and every little bless that we had, that, I don't know, just going, literally, when we went to Temple, we never practiced shootouts that week, and I don't know why Coach Nikita, she's a good coach, of course, but we practiced shootout that week, and then we faced a game that we had to go and perform and win with shootouts. And I think that everything that happened this season was just a blessing, and it was God guiding us to just win. And I don't know, it's so rewarding to see how He's working in our team.